Hi, welcome to the video. My name's Icronic, and today we're taking a look at the Destiny 2 Weekly Reset for October 18th, 2022. And of course, obviously some things are different in the tower. If you wanted to get a bunch of, a bunch of candy and play the Festival of the Lost, it is going on this week. No! And I assume it's going to go on for 3 weeks. If you don't know, there's like a chocolate strange coin at the top, and I wanted. Did that legendary right there. And furthermore, the other tree has it, the one over there too. So make sure you pick those up. I think you can get those once a week. But either way, let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly reset as well as EVA. Just get you started with the Festival of the Lost, just get you a basic understanding. First up, you go to EVA. Obviously, it's going to be very similar to what we saw last year. You got to equip one of the masks of one of the different types, and then there's a bunch of different possible rewards you can get along the way. And these are just lists of rewards of how you get them. So you can highlight something. It says acquired from transforming spectral pages, and this one says acquired from haunted lost sectors. So literally says where you're going to get certain items, which is something that they did last season, and or at least the last event, and I do like. And furthermore, they obviously have a bunch of different bounties, pretty standard, and of course they are doing the event card, the same thing they did last festival, where you just have a bunch of different triumphs that you have to do. And obviously a lot of these say secret. I assume these will show themselves soon, but I don't see them yet. And of course, if you get the upgraded card, you can also get a bunch of these other things. You want to upgrade it, I assume it is going to be silver. Yes, so silver is a real money purchase, so you can get extra stuff if you want them. And it seems like this is all just cosmetic stuff, so that's not bad. And furthermore, it seems that you can unlock a lot of these cosmetics with the tickets, and you can get the tickets most likely from all of these challenges as you complete them. So you can actually still get these cosmetics if you can just get the tickets, or at least that's what I think. Unless you have to get the upgraded event card and get the tickets, I don't remember. Investigative dance. I don't understand how this is an investigative dance, but I assume it's a Monty Python reference. So if it's the same thing as last year, you get candy from pretty much doing anything while you have the mask on. You also get the spectral pages by completing various activities with the mask on, and then you do the haunted sector when you have a bunch of spectral pages, and it turns them all into manifest pages, which you can then spend on, I believe, the stuff here. Obviously, we have a lot of the returning weapons, the Horror's Story, which is Killing Wind and Demolitionist, and looks like this with Reload Masterwork. I think that was the same as last year. We have this new one, BRAYTECH Werewolf, although not new. We do have with Gutshot, so it is a bit different. Does not show the Masterwork, but overall okay, but still a 450. These both are 450s. I'm not a big fan. We have the Jurassic Green, which if it still has the same stats as last year, it's worse than every way than any other 540 in the game, although it does have some new perks, including Search Party. And again, don't know what the Masterwork is, and I like 540s, but this one is worse in every way. And then finally, we have a new sniper rifle, which is a 72 aggressive frame, which is nice to see. We do have some moving target perpetual, which is good, and nice little wings on the back of this, and we do have this thing which allows you to aim down sights faster, and movement speed while aiming down sights when no allies are near, so I guess you're by yourself. I imagine this is still a very small amount, and the rest of this is not inspiring. And furthermore, the handling is pretty low, so I don't expect the aim down sight speed to be very good at all. And the first quest requires you to remove Lorelei. Oh no, Lorelei. And she gives you a bunch of these pages, so you can then spend the pages on something. And then you go do a summoning ritual, which I assume the summoning ritual is going to be right here in the tower, right? Yep, it's right there. Well, no, actually. Well, it does say this is the summoning ritual, even though it doesn't say, but this is the haunted sector, and this is what you're supposed to do to convert those pages. And of course, if you have played through it the last few years, obviously you have a bunch of different mask ornaments to choose from, so you don't have to stick around with the Cryptarch. You can switch to any of those whenever you want. Man, I've played way too much Destiny 2. Like, what are all of these masks? Oh, I just realized this is supposed to be Pyramid Head. Oh, I get it, yeah. But by far, this is the most cursed thing I've ever seen. Moving on, let's go ahead and get to the regular weekly reset. First and foremost, a special thing going on right now is double Vanguard rank. This does not include ordeal rewards, but it does give you double Vanguard, which is going to level up your vendor for Zavala. Furthermore, for the Nightfall ordeal this week, we have the Fallen Saber with the big shank at the end of that Earth mission from Destiny 1, and of course 100k is likely going to be the Legend difficulty. The rotating Vanguard burn is going to be Solar Singe. The rotating Crucible playlist is going to be Clash. The raid challenge this week is going to be Hands Off for the final encounter during the boss encounter, and I'm trying to think, what is this? Is there a way to stop him from slamming the plates? As for the rotating raid and dungeon, for the raid, obviously we have the Vault of Glass, and for the dungeon, we have the Shattered Throne. After that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Week 9 challenges, which is great, because you don't get to see how poorly I've done on the first 8 weeks. Let's take a look. First one, pretty straightforward. Gonna be treasure gathered and ruffians defeated. I assume there's no more relics after that. Next one's gonna be summoning first mates in expeditions and catch crash and deciphering large treasure beacon, which I assume is gonna be that third treasure beacon quest. The one that you get from the star chart. Defeat targets with linear and slowed combatants from stasis. Defeating combatants in catch crash and guardians award additional progress. Calibrate the different weapon types, kinetic energy and power, and this is a triple plus XP. In Gambit, defeat targets with arc or stasis. Win multiple rounds of Trials of Osiris, triple plus. And defeat combatants with arc or stasis in Vanguard, so it's an arc and stasis week. Yay, because that matters, yay! Again, I've done the whole quest line, and it says place the 8th relic in the realm, or the helm, and I'm like, what is going on here? It doesn't have a relic for me to put down! Up next, let's take a look at the store. Obviously, like as always, we have a new theme this season for the Halloween event, and it's gonna be robots. Specifically, it looks like a Gundam Wing stuff, so if you want your character to look like Gundam Wings, and on screen you'll see the list of all the different ones, you can actually purchase that for silver from her. And I believe throughout the season you may be able to purchase parts of it, but I don't remember. Ooh. Wow, fancy. Look at that dragon. What is that? An ornament for Parasite. Wow, fancy. And then there's a Ghostbusters thing, but it's Vexmith the class. For the first Bright Dust section, first of all, we have a bunch of returning stuff from last season. We have the Lunar Roar, which I do, look at that penguin reach out of that helmet. Oh yeah, a returning item. We have another one, it's an Infected Seeker, which comes with a random mod apparently. We also have the reanimated entrance transmit effect that looks like this. You're wrapped up in a mummy outfit. We have the Basalt Toxic, which looks like this. For the other Bright Dust section, ooh, oh yeah, I didn't get that last season. We have the Strange Brew, which is a multiplayer emote where you work together to make the strange and more powerful brew, yes. We have the No Escape emote, which looks like this. We're just kind of running around. We have the Broom Swept, which is a sparrow, which I don't like because it makes a wind sound the whole time you're riding it, and it's very loud. We have the Mansa Macabre, which, ooh, very interesting, very new. We have an ornament, obviously, for the mask, if you want to just have a standard Titan helmet that looks very Borderlands style. We have an ornament for the fighting line, a weapon I'm sure all of you use. We have a bat wing entrance, with big old bat wings. We have a cannon fodder entrance, which you're fired out of a cannon, which is fun. We have a subjugation entrance, which comes from the witness himself, and the fight, catch, crash entrance, whatever. And of course, a bunch of different shaders, like the Wayfarer'S guys, very green. We have the REEF Regalia, which is some purple and green. We have some COPPERTONE Pitatipe. Wow, that's so shiny. You see the kneecaps on that dude? Ooh, so shiny. And finally, of course, we have the Chitin Slate, which looks like this. Keep in mind, again, the Titans color very differently than the other classes, and I have somewhat of a mishmash of stuff, so keep that in mind. And of course, there's also an event section, which will tell you about a lot of the stuff that will be available. Some stuff available for Bright Dust, if you wanted the Gundam Wing set. It is, in fact, available for Bright Dust, as well as last year's, so if you wanted the dinosaur set for your class, you can still buy it for silver or for Bright Dust. And furthermore, a bunch of other stuff. Wow, a mask ornament with the Star Horse. Oh, this is an ornament as well, the Finch mask. Wow, that thing is huge. We have some different finishers, like the Rocket Punch, which you're just firing a rocket fist. Again, we have the Buster Ray, which is just a Vexmith the class. Ghostbusters, don't cross the streams! That would be fun. You know what would be fun is if you cross the streams in, like, 2 people doing the emote, if it did something. That might be fun. We have a bunch of other things, multiplayer emotes, a bunch of different ghost shells and ghost projections. Paracausal. Why is it marked Paracausal? That is so weird. That is a good looking sparrow. I'm gonna be honest with you. That looks sick. I mean, you're riding a pony and it makes a little purple out the back. That's nice. I'm tempted. I do have the silver for it, but I'm tempted. We also have the package from, again, a previous year if you wanted your character to look more like this, or like this, or like this. We got a lot of years of Festival of the Lost behind us, and a bunch of different masks. Apparently, you can buy a lot of them. Obviously, not all of them, but a bunch of them, as well as different weapon ornaments that, again, are available for this particular event. Again, if you want to see the Parasite one, looks like that. And more stuff, more ghostly entrances, more ghost shells. Please, for the love of good, everything that's good, do not buy this ghost shell. Every time I try to revive you with this ghost shell and that specific shader, it blinds me with a flashbang. I hate it. This one, I believe, makes a meow sound. No, this one. When you pull this ghost out, it makes a meow sound whenever you pull out, which is nice. And we do have a lot of stuff from previous seasons that you may want to get. It is all up to you. Take a look at the different sections. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. You want to enter in a bunch of spiders and mess with your colleagues. You can do that. Bunch of spiders. It's all there for you. Oh, this would be sick for my thumbnail. It's just a straight up circle and it shakes. Wonderful. Oh, it shakes because it's the mystery ball. I get it. I get it. You shake it to give you whatever it says in the front. Oh, it's cute. Okay, all right. We also have this one, paper crab. Wow, look, it's a spider. That's adorable. I mean, it's a spider, but it's still adorable. I love how they label this as Baracausal. And of course, let's take a look at Gunsmith's inventory, showing off the different inventory that he has available. First up, we have the Syncopation 53, which is an outlaw frenzy, which is not a bad roll, although this can have headstone, and I do really like headstone. Otherwise, good range, good perks, and I would actually recommend this. Although outlaw is not super needed when you have frenzy, pretty good roll on this weapon, but can be crafted. Furthermore, we have the Staccato, which is a rampage well-rounded, a 180 RPM, which is actually decent, and it has a bunch of range stuff. Although I'd like to see more handling, and I do prefer explosive payload. After that, the Annual Skate, which is a 140, although I never really liked the stats on this. The range at 40 is really low, although decent perks could be a lot more range on it. Following that, the Fugue 55, I believe that was moving target 4 times the charm. Not really what you're looking for, but overall pretty decent stats. Would like to see a lot more. I thought this was the rounds per minute. I like to see a lot more handling on this, again, because it doesn't have snapshot. Following that, the Palindrome B, which is craftable and has Frenzy Ensemble. Ensemble is pretty good. You reload faster, although could definitely be better in a lot of different ways. And of course, the Taipan, which is a fragile focus box breathing. A lot of people poo-poo on box breathing because you're like, ultimate DPS, you're firing as fast as possible, which is true. But overall, in Grandmasters and other stuff, box breathing usually comes into play. More total ammo damage is always good. So I would recommend this roll if you don't have anything better. Keep in mind that you can technically get this crafted, and there is an easy quest to get 2 of these from the Enclave, so do that and get crafting. I mean, we look basically the same, you know? He's got glowy bits, and I got a penguin, and he's got a cryptar. I mean, we're the same. Oh, it's not chocolate. It's just a lot of candy. Good. Got a quest completed by never leaving the tower. That's right. And of course, I just wanted to give a big shout out to some of my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Mom, Dad, Monday, Seabarking, June Panther, Case Reagan, and Marcus Glover for the support on Patreon. And that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's Iconic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.